lesson on solving with algebraic fractions. So fortunately this is a very short lesson, and after the last video on more complicated algebraic fractions, you're probably thinking about that. So this will be a very short one, just one page. Solving with algebraic fractions. So we've got equations with fractions. So what you're required to do is, if there's any adding or subtracting going on, you need to do the addition and subtraction first, and then you can turn this into a fraction and you can cross multiply to solve. So first step is combine the fractions first, and same with this one. Combine the fractions first, like you've been doing in your previous lessons, and then do any cross multiplication to solve. So first one, we've got x over 9 plus 2x over 5. It looks a bit confusing with the x dot dot next to it, so I'm going to rewrite the question. X over 9 plus 2x over 5 equals 3. And our next step is to think we need to combine the fractions on the left. So we need to think, what is the common denominator? What's the LCD? Think of 9 and 5. That's right, LCD is 45. So we're going to write both fractions on the left over 45. Plus over 45. And we've still got just equals 3 here. No need to write the 3 over 45. We're just combining the two fractions on the left by adding them. So what did we multiply the first fraction by to make the denominator 45? That's right, we multiplied it by 5. So times the numerator by 5 means 5x on the top. What did we multiply the second fraction by to make the denominator 45? That's right, we times it by 9. So 2x times 9 gives us 18x. And then we just combine the numerators. Remember, keep the denominator the same when adding and subtracting fractions. Once you've got the LCD, don't add them. Don't add the LCDs. Keep them the same. So 5x, actually I'm going to rewrite that. I'm going to write the numerator first. Combine the numerators, 5x plus 18x over 45 equals 3. Then you should combine like terms. 5x plus 18x, 23x over 45 equals 3. So what might help is, think of 3 as 3 over 1. Then you can cross multiply. So cross multiply, cross multiply, cross multiply. So a little instruction. So first step, what's 23x times 1? It's just 23x. What's 3 times 45? Have a think. This would probably be non-calculator. It'll be 135. So now let's just solve for x. It's going to be 135 over 23. I think, does that simplify it all? No, it doesn't. 23 does not divide into 35, and 23 is a prime. So it's done. X is 23. So that's what we did. We combined the fractions on the left first, and then we cross-multiplied and we solved. Next one, solve for x. So again, I like to write the question out again because it looks a bit messed up on these ones because of the x dot dot. 5 over 2x plus 1 over 6 equals 8. We've got to deal with the LCD. What's our LCD? 2x and 6. That's an interesting one. What's the lowest common denominator if you're dealing with 2x and 6? I think it's not 12x. It would be 6x. So you could use 12x, but 6x is the lowest common denominator. So it's easier to deal with them. So I'm going to use 6x plus 6x still equals 8. And now we've got to think, what do we multiply the first fraction by to make the denominator become 6x? That's right, we multiplied by 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. What did we multiply the second fraction by to get 6x as a new denominator? That's right, we multiplied by x. So 1 times x is x. And then we combine the numerators. So we can go 15 plus x over 6x equals 8. Again, you're up to, you can't really simplify anything more there. 15 plus x is just 15 plus x. So you're up to solving now. So you might like to put a fraction there and cross multiply. A nice little thing to do. So cross multiply, cross multiply. Let's write it out. Cross, because this is a new step that's been introduced in this lesson, is the solving by cross multiplying. personally like a good cross multiply. Okay, so what's 15 plus x times 1? That's right, it's just 15 plus x. What's 8 times 6x? That's right, it's 48x. Now we've got to start to solve. How can we start to solve this? We could subtract x from both sides. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. 15 plus x minus x is just 15. To balance the equation, 48 minus x, 47x. So first of all, subtracted x from both sides. And now we're going to solve for x. Is x equal to 47 over 15? No, it's not. So that's what I did by mistake. I wrote 47 over 15. But we need to divide both sides by 47 to get x by itself. So to get x by itself, divide both sides by 47. We'll give you x equals 15 over 47, not 47 over 15. And there's our answer. So your answer can be a fraction. Just check, can you simplify the fraction? Maybe it turns into a whole number, and so on. So the work for this is actually the worksheet on the next few pages, which I don't have here. So the worksheet for this is the worksheet on the next few pages, not in the textbook. And the answers to the worksheet are on the back page of the booklet. So please check your answers as you go. Do show all your steps correctly, like in this kind of style, but check your answers as you go using the answers on the answer sheet on the back. And that's the end of the video. Thank you.